Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. You already know we are jumping into the account. We are buying stocks and we are adding assets to our portfolio. If you are new here, what I'm doing is I am building a dividend only portfolio where I'm trying to get to $100 a month in pure passive dividend income. And I do this mostly through monthly dividend stocks, but I also buy some quarterly dividend stocks as well, like STHD and VTI. So every week I jump in here, I buy some stocks, and we increase our income every single time we buy stocks. So right now in brokerage cash, we have $213. I am testing out a thing here where I trade some cash secure puts on margin because I do not have to pay interest as long as I don't get assigned. So it is throwing the buying power off a little bit, but you can see I've already made $12 doing that. Just trying to boost this account a little bit more. Just like I do with all my other accounts, I trade a lot of options. Just want to throw a little bit of extra cash in here that's not coming directly out of the bank account. So the buying power, as you can see at the very top, is $213.49, and that is what we are going to make our purchases with this week. So every time that I look at making purchases, what I do is I usually go and I look at what ex-dividend dates are coming up, and I want to make sure I get ahead of them so that the next month I have a higher dividend payment. So let's just jump into that and see exactly what I do here. So usually I come in here. This is the Purple Brick app. If you haven't seen it before, it is a dividend calculator. It kind of looks out into the future and says, hey, if it pays this same dividend it did this month or this quarter, going forward, this is how much you'll make. So you can see we're already up to $1,360 annually. Monthly, this is projecting $113.41. Daily, $3.73 every single day. That's my quote unquote passive income that would be coming in if all things stayed equal. You can see here Tesla, TSLY. It's an options income fund that we added recently. This one is paying the most because it did pay $1.07 this last month. And we have not had it outside of this last month, but it has been a big dividend payer, so we love to see that. But what I do here is I go into this calendar, I'll go into August, and I look at usually like the first week or two, and I just see when things are coming in. So you can see the upcoming ex-dividend date as of right now is estimated as August 1st. August 1st on this one. AGNC, July 28th. OARK, August 4th. So you can see like a lot of these are coming up soon, July 28th. And so I usually like to look at this just so I can get my my income boosted up and I can make sure that I'm ready to rock and roll for next month. So July is almost over. We're going to get close to that $100 mark, but August, it is predicting us at a 102, but this could change so much, especially with funds like TSLY. Very good chance that it drops under $1, so it'll shift the income down significantly, but we move forward. So that's kind of what I do when I look there. And let's jump back into the account here. There we go. All right, so let's buy some stocks. So we kind of just looked at a couple of them, but the first ones I want to add to the list, we have to start it out with our one, our only, our favorite, SCHD. This is 27% of the portfolio. We have 38 shares, about $2,800. And I'm going to continue to keep this one a big position in the account. So that is where we are at as of right now. We have $50 invested, shares purchased 0.667 and 74.87. So SCHD has been on a ripper as of late. So this is going to average up our cost. Our cost is a 72.58, but that's okay. So we are going to jump in here, and that is SCHD. And then we are going to jump into JEPI. So JEPI, and we are going to throw 50 into this. I'm going to do a couple big purchases today and then a couple small purchases. So we are going to jump into JEPI, and we are going to buy $50 here. So just like that, we are added $100 to the account, which will increase our income. You'd be surprised, but this will increase the income quite a lot. So 0.89, what does that bring us to? That brings us to 15.39 shares, a market value of $856. And it's given us roughly 8% of the portfolio. So a pretty good portion of the portfolio. And another position added. Now we're going to jump into JEPQ, which if you are new to these funds, JEPI is on the SPY or the top 500 companies. And JEPQ is on the NASDAQ 100, which is, it really is a lot of tech companies in JEPQ. So it has been paying a little bit better. We are up on the position. It's about 7.87%. and we have 18 shares, 18 and a half shares. So today's purchase will get us a whole nother share. So we're going to jump into JebQ, make a purchase here, $50. You know how we do it. I usually like to do between, $25 and $50 each and every single week on whatever positions that I'm adding to. It just makes it easy. It makes it clean. And yeah, I have had some comments like, well, you shouldn't have any half shares because you're not going to get a full dividend payout. And although that is true, I think it would just be a lot to manage, having a bunch of positions and dividends rolling in every single month, trying to round them off to one share. So we're just going to keep at it, adding 25 to 50, 100 every single week to different positions. And we're going to have some odd shares that aren't going to make dividends, and that's okay. Next one I'm jumping into, this is AGNC. This is more of a REIT, and let's see, we are up on the position 1.53%. Our cost is 10.04. We are about 4% of the portfolio, and this one has a ex-dividend date coming up this month on the 27th. So if we want to get paid out next month, that means we have to own it before or maybe even on the 27th. So I like to just buy them always before the ex-dividend date, just to play it safe, to make sure that I'm getting the dividend for the next month. So let's add a little bit here. This is a smaller position in the account. I do like it. It's not capital appreciation at all by any means, but I do like the dividend that comes in. I think let's see what we got last month. Yeah, so we got $5 worth of dividend on this one. So a nice dividend coming in on that one. That's AGNC. And then one of my favorite REITs out there, they call this the monthly paying dividend stock. This one's up to $62. This is about 5% of the portfolio. We're going to add a little bit here. We're up 1.55%. And yeah, let's go ahead and let's buy some of that. So that's 25. So just like that, we just added $225 to the account. That'll bring our buying power down. If we go up here, you'll be able to see buying power is now $13.49. So we will leave that at it as is. We'll probably continue to deposit more money. Each and every single Monday, I have $100 automatically deposited into this account. So no matter what, we're buying at least $100 worth of assets every single week. But I really am building this for the most part, just like any other regular investor can do it. Whether you're doing, $5 or $10 or $100 a week. I try to focus on between $100 and $200 each and every single week. Sometimes I add more. Sometimes I don't add anything more than the 100. It just really depends. But as you can see, for today we're down a little bit. The week we're up 1.66%. For the month we're up 4.48%. And 3 months, which is basically when I started the account, we're up 5.34%. Year to date, 5.77%. So not a huge growth, fund, but the dividends are what are really doing it. If you scroll through these dividends, and we can look at it in the spreadsheet, but we almost hit $100 a month this month. So let's jump into July here. So you can see we started out with JetB and just boom, $5, $6, $5, $1, $2, $11, almost $1, $14, $8, $32. This is the one I was talking about, Tesla Y. This one's insane. You probably hear about it and you see it all over YouTube, all over Twitter. These yield max option income ETFs have been insane for capital. I mean, some of them paying between 3 and 5% each and every single month. So we're definitely throwing that into the dividends, and we're going to see how it goes. Probably not a good capital appreciation, but I do love Tesla long term, and I do sell options on Tesla each and every single week. So I can see where the income comes from, but that's where we're at. And then let's jump into the spreadsheet here, just so you can kind of see the comparison between May, June, and July. So you can see we went from $20 to $58 to $91. Now we still have Devo and SPHD that should be triggering this month. As you can see, they're not a huge dollar amount. We're talking about $1 or $2 each, but it's going to get us really close to that $100 mark. So we'll probably come in around that 94, I'm guessing 94 mark, 95 mark. So really happy about that. But the account is growing. The dividends continue to stack each and every single time we make a purchase and add assets to the portfolio. And we just stick with it each and every day. I think we're going to get this. My goal was to get this done by the end of 2023. If TSLY and some of these other income funds continue to keep up this pace, I think we can get this done, honestly, in the next month or two. So once that happens, we will raise the goal and we will keep putting money in. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate the love and support. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for subscribing and watching these videos. It really helps keep us small YouTubers, keep the fire lit underneath us. So thank you, everybody. We'll catch you next week. Happy investing.